Welcome to manual metal handling class. Today we will learn about safety in manual metal handling, which will help in avoiding accidents, especially injuries while metal handling. A busy day in a company starts with handling of different shapes, sizes of materials being loaded, unloaded and stacked, stored, moved and moved again, either manually or using mechanical means. Similarly, right from the time we get up to the time we sleep, we handle so many things, which includes even the food what we eat and also the water what we drink. So metal handling is in and out almost all the time we are awake and not sleeping. We will be handling the materials. And also in the industry we will be using a lot of tools and equipments in handling the materials. So we does a lot of manual handling, hence it is very important to understand the safety aspects in manual metal handling. First of all, let us understand what is material handling. So this is what the definition is, and every word is very important. Let's read one by one and let's understand it properly. Material handling is the movement. We are moving it, protecting the material, and also we are protecting ourselves. Storage and control of materials and products throughout manufacturing. So manufacturing cannot be done without materials and material movements. So the definition goes on: warehousing, distribution, consumption and disposal. So this is what material handling is all about. So it includes everything right from the product to the disposal. So we can say the whole life cycle will have metal handling through the products what we are producing to the end of its life. So let us look into the different means of material handling. It can mainly be divided into manual material handling, and another one is by mechanical means. In both the things, one or the other way, humans are involved. So the chances of getting accident or injuries increases. So manual metal handling is basically done for loading, unloading small things within the allowable load what they can lift. And mechanical means we use a lot of equipments and tools like mobile cranes, EOT cranes, tower cranes, forklifts, pallet trucks and many more, which makes our job easy. But along with that, many hazards comes with mechanical means of material handling. Anyway, we are not looking into the mechanical means of material handling in this class. Surely we'll look into that in future. So this is what metal handling, basic ways of metal handling is. So before we go further, let us look into some of the facts. Here we are talking about some of the facts which are related to safety point of view and with respect to manual metal handling. So this is one of the fact which says age does not necessarily make much difference, because with respect to accidents while manual metal handling, because backs affect all the ages. So it is very important that when we are doing manual metal handling, as we have already understood, that it is metal handling is involved throughout. So it may affect any type of person and of any age. But statistics and research says that usually of the age 45 years and above are less frequently injured when compared to 20 to 45 years of age. One of the reason may be like their experience. They know, they would have seen someone getting suffered or going through the accidents, or they are more concerned about their health, whereas in our youth we are less concerned about our health, the way we are handling, the way we are doing the things. We are less concerned about the safe procedures what while manual metal handling. And the second fact, let us look into the second fact. The second fact is temperature and humidity. It affects the workers performing manual metal handling. When it is too hot or too humid, the worker tires more quickly and becomes more susceptible to back injuries. So even the research says that temperature and humidity, when exposed with time, the chances of getting injured while manual metal handling is high. Then we will look into the third fact, that is smokers are more likely to get suffered with back pain than non-smokers. The research says the probability of a smoker getting back injuries is 3 times more than the non-smoker, because the nicotine can alter the size of the blood vessels and the ability for the body to adapt, and can increase the damage to the ligaments as well as the muscles. The worldwide research suggests that smokers are likely to experience chronic back pain, are also more likely to develop physical disabilities at an earlier age as compared to non-smokers. Cigarette smoking reduces calcium absorption, prevents new bone growth, and slows down the spine healing process. This we will look, why you may be thinking why he is telling about this, but when we look into the sixth fact, we will understand why I am talking about this. So listen to it carefully. Then the fourth fact is overweight increases the likelihood of back pain. This occurs for the people with extra weight in their stomachs, because the excess weight pulls the pelvis forward and strains the lower back, and so the lower back gets affected and creates back pain. So the chances of getting injured while manual metal handling increases. Then let us look into the fifth fact. Poor handling techniques in young will contribute to the problems at a later stage due to their occupation, where they keep repeating the jobs in a unsafe manner, and where they get affected in the later on stages. Now the sixth point, you may be thinking like why he is telling more about the back pains and all. In the coming slides we will understand why I am talking more about back pains or effect on the backbone. And this sixth fact is the main reason for the above 5 facts which I was talking about with respect to manual metal handling. I want to say that those who suffered back injuries, this is the sixth fact which I am talking about, that is those who suffered back injuries are 3 times more likely to suffer injury again. So we can say those who are having overweight, those who are doing this poor handling techniques, smokers, the chances of getting them injured becomes high. So that is 3 times. So once they are injured, the chances of getting them injured again with respect to back or backbone or spine or lower back is 3 times. So with all these things, what we found is it is very important we should be concerned about manual metal handling, because it affects our health and also may lead to injuries. So whatever facts I have told, let's look into that with respect to statistics. Now I am talking about the manufacturing and private industry accident statistics 2019 and 18 of USA. They have divided these accidents into sprains, strains, tears, soreness, pain, bruise, contusions, cuts, lacerations, punctures, and fractures. Mainly all these accidents, whenever we see, Usually these are the injuries usually that happen to the injured. So if you see sprains, stains and tears, that is 68%, and others are like within 7 to 12%. So these accidents mainly we will come to know in the coming charts why can be because of manual metal handling. So this is 2018, the stats are similar. Now if we see HSE data where they have classified these accidents into slip, trips or falls on same level, handling, lifting, carrying, struck by moving objects, acts of violence, falls from height, contact with moving machines, struck by moving vehicles, all other accident kinds. If you see that 29.28% is because of slip, trips, which may again be directly or indirectly because of materials. And if you see direct manual metal handling, then handling, lifting or carrying, it is almost all 20%. So if we take this slip, trips, this handling, manual metal handling all together, that comes almost all like 40 to 43%. So it's very high. So the chances of getting injured because of metal handling is very high. So it's a serious thing. So if you see again HSC data recent 2020, for the year 2020, the back injuries are 49%, which is really high. That is one of the reason when I was talking about facts, I was talking more about backbone injuries. So this is manual metal handling. We find that 49% is because of back, then 14% lower limb, 9% hand and wrist, then arm, fingers and others. So backbone is the one which is very much affected. Manual metal handling is the most common cause of like occupational fatigue and low back pain. According to Canada, they say about 3 of every 4 Canadians whose job includes manual metal handling suffer pain due to back injuries at some point of time. Such back injuries account for about 1/3 of all lost works and even more than 1/3 of all compensation costs. More important than financial cost is human suffering, right? So that's why we are here to learn about it and to carry the manual metal handling carefully. So the handling of materials is essential in the industry since it is essential to optimize process, reduce cost and reduce risk. The most important is reducing risk because human life is more important than anything else. Their health, their safety is more important. So as we are talking about the facts, we found that almost all 49% of injuries are because of backbone. Let's see what definition of backbone. First definition is the series of vertebrae extending from the skull to the pelvis. It is also known as the spine. Okay, this is one of the definition what gives. One more interesting definition that is given is the chief support of a system or organization. The chief support. Let us understand this. Okay, the chief support. So if we take our body as a system, then the name itself says backbone. So if we take our system, if we take our body as a system, then the backbone supports our body, supports all other parts in carrying the work. So backbone is, as we have seen the statistics, if the backbone gets affected, all the parts, our potential to carry a work or our efficiency comes down if our back gets injured. So it is very important that we take care of our back. And also, as the definition says, chief support of a system. If we take our family, you may be a chief supporter. It can be anywhere, whether it is financially or emotionally. If the backbone, that is you, are getting affected, then what will be the situation the whole family will be going through, where they are losing their support, as you are the backbone of the family, and ultimately the whole family suffers. Hence, it is very important we consider manual metal handling and correct our unsafe practices while carrying the manual metal handling. Let us come to the next thing, which is very important with respect to the taking care of our backbone. Let us check what is center of gravity. So, as per physics, center of gravity is an imaginary point in a body of matter where it is considered that the total weight acts. Okay, let us see what is the center of gravity of the human body. So, the definition says it is a hypothetical point around which the force of gravity appears to act. It is a point at which the combined mass of the body appears to be concentrated. So if we see the data, it says our center of gravity is around 1 inch below the belly button or navel. So the center of gravity will be acting 1 inch below the navel or belly button. Okay, fine. There may be a question why he has put center of gravity and also the giraffe photograph when the definition of center of gravity was put. So let us understand the thing center of gravity with respect to giraffe, so that it is in our mind and we understand what it is. We see giraffe is the tallest animal. It has the longest neck. So in other words, so for it to run or to get up, it is very amazing thing how it balances itself without falling. While it runs, we find that the pendulum motion of the neck helps it to propel forward and also helps it to balance the center of gravity. No other neck in the animal kingdom plays such a role in balancing. And also, if we see the previous picture, we observed that it balances so well while drinking water, right? Out of the topic, I'll give you one more, I'll leave one question to you. Like, almost all the neck of the giraffe is around 10 feet. So it is an amazing thing to understand, like how the water when it drinks goes against the gravity into the stomach. All these things really amazes us. Do you know that it is very dangerous for them to drink water, as they are more unstable and also they are more vulnerable to predators? So this is the time the chance of them getting attacked is more. So we are talking about again the center of gravity to understand how it plays important role. Now we have understood what is center of gravity. Now let us look into the weight carrying capacities of men and women. As we have understood, the center of gravity is just below 1 inch of our belly button. As a system, with respect to our body and also the load being handled, the center of gravity of the whole system, which includes the body, the weight of the body and also the weight of the load. As per the studies, that we can see the left side is the picture of a woman and the right side is the picture of a man. So the carrying capacity, weight carrying capacity, capabilities, it differs from top to bottom, and we find that the maximum carrying capacity is near the center of gravity. So as the load, if it is away from the body, the carrying capacity again comes down. So if we see near the head it is 3 to 7, then near the chest it is 7 to 13 for women, and for men it is 20 to 10 kg. When it comes to near the center of gravity, that we will call it as our power zone, because that is where our power is to handle it in a safe manner. So we will call this as power zone. So in the power zone, the carrying capacity of women is 10 kg and 16 kg, and that in men is 25 to 15 kg, and as we go lower and lower, the carrying capacity comes down. So from this we understood that the center of gravity of the load should be as close as possible to the center of gravity of the person who is handling it. So that is where, so when the center of gravity of the load is closer, the strain or the strain on the back comes down, as it says that 1 kg weight close to the body exerts 10 kg force onto muscles of the back. So 1 kg, 10 kg, so 1 kg weight held at arm's length exerts 100 kg force on the muscle of the back. So the closer it is, the more the less efforts are required and the less force is exerted on the muscle. So our backbone getting injured chances increases if the arm's length increases or it is away from our power zone, that is away from the center of gravity. The center of gravity of the load is away from the center of gravity of the person. So from this we understood that we have a power zone, but don't misunderstand it. Power zone doesn't mean that we can lift whatever weight we want. So it is very important to understand that in the power zone we can lift only allowable weights, what we are capable of. Again in the next class we will try to understand the capabilities, what are the different types of repetitive stress injuries. With respect to that, we will learn about the capabilities of the person, and also we will learn the safe operational procedures in manual metal handling. So keep watching, and thank you for your patient listening. Thank you.